Hi guys, it's me, Veronica, and I have decided I'm going to do a new series called You Didn't Get Hired. What that will be is just me talking about how I was in HR at Target for 3 years, and just go over the many different ways people screwed themselves over, as well as the many different ways I screwed myself over by not listening to my internal voice. What the series I hope to accomplish, or what I hope to do with the series, is just have people go and learn, like, hey, don't do this and don't do that and you'll be fine. Okay, now I'm gonna first begin off with an introduction, let you know about myself. My name is Veronica. I used to work at HR at a Target that I cannot say because I don't want them to say anything to me. Now, at this particular Target, I went about 50 plus applicants. And when I say 50 plus applicants, I mean every single day, because we were high volume. And I lived in Milwaukee, so you can already figure out if I live in Milwaukee and it was a high traffic volume place. Obviously, it's got to be somewhere, but it wasn't Brown Deer because Brown Deer closed. So let's begin. I got this job after working at Potawatomi Bingo Casino for a couple of years. Wanted to try something different. I went and did it because someone that I knew from Potawatomi worked at Target. I was like, I'm thinking of trying something else and going back to school. My main reason was I need to go back to school so I can get my associates in television and hopefully find a job, which I did, but that's for a different series. So the woman that I talked to, Deja, she was like, oh yeah, I know a place, blah, blah, Target, just apply. I applied twice. I applied to one that was near my house, Miller Parkway, and with that one, because I could not work a Thanksgiving, they said, we can't take you. The second one was the one that I actually worked at, which I will not, I'm trying hard not to say the name. So, went through the process, and there's actually 3 interviews. The first interview is talking to HR. When HR calls you, they call you during the time saying, hello, how are you? And they ask you a bunch of questions like, why are you interested in working for Target? Tell me about, your availability. I noticed with your availability. Tell me about your availability. Are there any days that you cannot work? Please let me know. And we put it down and we say, look, this is what we're looking for. Now, when I used to work there, we made sure to let people know, like, hey, we're looking for people who have open availability and open weekends. Weekends were Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The weekdays were Monday through Thursday. You had to be open. You had to be able to open and or close. And we really were looking for just you could open and close. You had to be able to open and close 3 out of the 4 weekdays, and then 2 out of the 3 weekends. So if you could do open Monday, open and close Tuesday, open and close Thursday, you were golden. And I'm getting a little ahead of myself because I want to jump in and put in stuff. And we told them the hours. So we would say to people, let us know if anything happens or if you can't do it. People say, fine, I'm good. So I did that first one, passed it, went on to my second interview, which was team lead Russ, because there are team leads. There are team members, team leads, and there's ETLs, which is executive team leaders. Their salary. The team leads are people who make, just they're hourly, just like the team members. The only difference is there's a difference in pay grade, which I'll also talk about in this intro as well. Now, after the second interview, they had me for the third interview, because the second interview was over the phone. So they can ask you a bunch of questions. They get a feel for you. If they like you, they'll say, okay, well, you'll hear something back. I was like, okay. And then the third one was, at that time, ETL Jeff, who's just awesome. Russ, Deja, and Jeff were awesome. I'm sad that they all left, but we'll get to why they left. So what ended up happening is, after my second interview, I passed because I got a call from HR who said, hey, we want to see if we can schedule you for a third interview. And I was like, oh, sweet, awesome. Now, here's the kicker. After they do the interview, there's 1 or 2 things that they do. They first will say, hey, can you sit right here? I'm going to get HR. If that happens, that means you have a job. Well, I preface it, I should take that back and say, you might have a job, but you're going to be offered a job. Now, if they say, okay, well, we'll get back to you in 7 to 10 business days, and they walk you out, you did not get the job. If they say that to you on the phone, you did not get the job. If they say, HR will contact you, and HR doesn't contact you within, I say 5 days, guess what? You didn't get the job. That is their way of nicely telling you, sorry, you didn't get the job. What happened as I got the job? They said, here's your pay, which at that time was $7.75, which was more than I had made at Bath & Body Works. Significantly less than Potawatomi. I was making $13 plus tips. But I had an open availability, and I could go back to school, which was a win-win. I was there for 3 years and some months. In fact, I was about to be on my 4th year when I quit. Yes. So that's essentially what happened during that first process. Now, here's the thing that I really want to get to you. When I got the job, and actually before I got the job, when they called me, I made sure to call them back. I made sure I was in an area that was quiet, where I could have a conversation and be interviewed. I made sure everything was going okay. I made sure that I knew the questions in advance. I used things like Indeed. I used salary Glassdoor. I know Glassdoor, salary, Glassdoor. I've got to look it up. Those are ones I would suggest for you to use. I would suggest that you know why you want to work there, because that's the main thing. And I think a lot of people, when they're applying to somewhere, they're just thinking, I need to get out of my place, but they don't have a reason why they want to get out. And if you don't, guess what? That means you're going to be screwed. Anyway, that concludes my first, hey, you just got hired. Or not Michael Jackson, that's not what I meant. But this concludes the first episode. Let me know any questions or concerns that you have, and then I'll jump into meat in the next video. Bye.